Hey guys, today I'm super excited. Terunsoul has sent over this dash cam kit. This is different from a lot of dash cams because it has both a 4K front and a 4K rear camera. Normally the rear cameras are only 1080p and their quality is pretty bad. So I am excited to test this and get some real video quality to see how it compares. But let's go ahead and unbox it and we'll see what all comes in the box. Then we'll get it installed in the vehicle and I will drive around and get some video footage for you guys. I have reviewed some Terunsoul dash cams in the past and been very impressed with the quality. I think it's one of my most viewed videos on YouTube is one of my Terunsoul reviews. So I'm excited to do another one. You can see here, got a little bit of logoing on the front, kind of cool little texture on the cam there, 4K Ultra HD, Wi-Fi, and GPS. All right, so this is what the front looks like. On the back here, we've got a little indicator sticker. All of our control buttons are on this side right here, up, down, okay, in a menu, nice and simple. Over here, we have our micro SD card, which it does come with one, a power button, a lock, and a mode. Let's go ahead and pop out this SD card and see what size it is. Looks like 128 gigabytes. And that's what I've come to find with Terunsoul is that they kind of go the extra mile. They really didn't need to give you a 128 gigs, but they do it anyway. And that's why, from what I've found so far, their stuff is pretty good quality. So that's the front dash cam. Let's check out the rear right here. This is slightly bigger than your standard rear dash cam, but not much different. I was actually expecting it to be bigger. How this mounts to your vehicle is just, this is this little sticky right here, and then this can twist. So super simple design, only one moving part. And then this is plugged into the front camera via a USB-C cable. Got a big old wad of instructions right here, and then some additional accessories. This is going to be things like our cigarette lighter to actually plug in the cameras, our USB-C cable to run to the back, and look how long and pretty thick gauge that is right there. So this is to power your rear camera. Then you have somewhere in here, we should have the mount for the front camera. That would be this bag right here. And I'm curious to see what kind of mount this is. It looks like suction cup only, a little bit of stick maybe. Nope, just suction cup only. And this is like a latch that's going to engage that suction cup as you latch it down. You can kind of see that on camera. But to attach this to the camera, you just remove this little sticker right here. I don't have fingernails, so it always makes this stuff hard. And then this will slide onto here. And you hear a nice audible click. So this is ready to mount. It's got a little screw right here to tighten this once you get it positioned so it's not moving on you. That should be fine right there. And then we have our charger right here. Some clips for routing the cable to the back. Some additional stickies if you need them, some cleaning wipes to clean your windshield before you stick it on. That's nice to include, and a pry bar to hide your wires. So with that, guys, let's go ahead and get into a up-close video test of the Terunsoul and see how good that video quality really is. All right, so the first thing you want to do is go ahead and stick this on. So we're going to pull off this little cover. Make sure our latch is to the side because it engages when you move it up, and then put this into a good spot. So I'm gonna put it like right here and then put my latch, turn it, and there we go. Locked into place, and that thing is pretty dang solid. You can see right there, literally not budging at all. Now I'm lucky enough that I already have a cable up here for another dash cam, so I can plug that just in directly. And I didn't see where that goes in. It might go into the base itself. Yeah, right up here. And then I also already have another cable for a rear dash camera, so I will reuse this and plug it into the rear dash camera. But notice that they are both routed up in my ceiling here so that they're totally hidden. But okay, so from here, if I go ahead and turn on my car, should be able to see this thing boot up. Your initial menu here is going to have some prompts for you that you'll need to go through with these buttons on the side. And there we go. We already are into the menu here. So notice that red dot flashing. That means that we are indeed already filming. You can see it's also got the date and time, which shows we have our SD card inserted. We're not connected to Wi-Fi. And now I need to go ahead and install the rear camera and plug that in to the cable we already plugged in up here. All right, so let's talk about some things that I already like about this dash cam. You didn't even need to format the SD card when you plugged it in. This is like the first dash cam I think I've ever tested that you don't need to format, which is pretty nice. That can definitely confuse some people. One thing that I'm not liking very much is I wasn't easily able to see my rear camera on the screen to be able to make sure that my rear camera is positioned correctly. For my front camera, I was able to angle it properly so that I'm not getting too much of my dash and I'm seeing out the window like I should be, but I really wasn't able to check the rear camera, so I have to go into the footage and adjust it if I want to do that. The rear camera does have a little red indicator on it, which means that it's working, so that should be totally fine. And then we'll go into the footage here in a minute and we'll see how does the quality look. Both of them being 4K, I'm hoping for pretty good things. And from what Terunsoul showed me so far, that's what I'm expecting. Another downside of this camera is it doesn't have a third channel that's inside the vehicle. But if you're not an Uber driver or you don't have random people in your vehicle, then you don't really need that third channel. The most important ones are certainly the front camera and the rear camera. Another thing that I would have liked to see is with the buttons on the far side from the driver. If I'm trying to navigate through the menus with the buttons on the camera, I basically don't know which ones I'm hitting, and I was hitting the wrong ones. Now, an easy way to do that is to put like a little signage on the screen of where the buttons are located so you can see it from the front. That's just a very small point. I mean, obviously the main thing, most important thing is that the camera works well, because once you get it installed properly, you really don't ever actually touch the buttons. I don't ever get the apps or anything like that either. I just get the video footage off of the SD card whenever I need it, and that seems to work out well for me. It makes it nice and simple. The screen on the dash cam is still on. Some dash cams will turn black after a while. It does not seem like this one's doing that, but it's potentially in the settings and just not turned all the way. Like you can change the time of when it turns black. So all right, that's the footage, guys. Let's hop back on the computer and see how it looked. I wanted to also give a quick look at the rear footage here. As you can see, the colors still look pretty good, but more importantly is the quality. So everything is still really crisp, even though this back camera is not 4K. It's still plenty clear to be able to see if there's any sort of wrecks or accidents. And I had a little something on my windshield here, but otherwise, I was really impressed with how this one looks here. Now, you want to make sure that your back windshield is super clear. And as long as you get all the kind of dirt off that back windshield, then this camera should work pretty well.